Today's focus is looking at reimagining education for displaced children.
More than 763 children. It's difficult to get the resources of education. One class containing almost 200 children. And in the system of education, a teacher cannot manage 200 children. So that is why I found there is overcrowding children. That is why I came up with the idea, how could I help them? And then I started to establish a school called Hope for Education and Development, or a CBO, community basic organization.
It's amazing in terms of what you were able to achieve. How did you identify the gaps?
And that is where we are now teaching, helping the children from.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. My name is Diana Powell, and I'm here from Icon Academy Group. And welcome back to Education Rising, African Voices of the Future. And I have another special guest here called Tang Ruei of Hope for Education and Development. Today's focus is looking at reimagining education for displaced children. And Tang, in terms of the work that he has done, is really touching because he's working in some of the most challenging contexts in terms of some of the refugee settlements. And I just really wanted him on this show so you can hear more about the amazing work that he's doing. Welcome, Tang. How are you?
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I can see that, unfortunately, it's nighttime where you were, but we're still going to make this happen, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Tang, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Tang Ruei, South Sudanese, who has come to Kakuma refugees camp right away. I'm in Kakuma refugees camp in Kenya, and I'm a founder of Hope for Education and Development. I came due to the crisis. I came to Kenya due to the crisis that happened last year, 2025. I came to Kakuma. For that, I have found the education here in the camps. I went around searching for how to help children because I had a vision before I came to the camp. Hope for Education, I founded it in 2015, actually in my county. That is where I found the school, Hope for Education and Development. I started there, was very short and very short. I started very little, a bit. I started with 5 children only under the tree in South Sudan. When I started it with the 5 children, and then it grew, the number started growing because there was no school in my county, actually Nasser. There was no school due to the crisis that happened in 2013 in South Sudan. Many people are scattered and the school was destroyed by the war in my county. But when I came in 2014, I went back to South Sudan 2015 and opened the school there. When I opened with the 5 children, I started it and then it started to grow. I reached in 2019 to 7,000 children in South Sudan, which I'm teaching them under the trees. Through difficulties of getting textbook or getting chalks is difficult, but I try. In the last 2025, the crisis again raised in my county Nasser, as well was knowing that I returned back to Kenya, and the children also scattered from South Sudan. And then I came to the Kenya where my parents are there. So when I came, what touched me to continue with this vision, I came, there were a school around me, almost 2 schools, one Peace Primary School and Hope Primary School, Fuji, Gambela, and Elias School. But those schools, they were very crowded school. I went to the classes. I saw them, they are very crowded. One class containing almost 200 children. 200 children. And in the system of education, a teacher or giving them a work, even the weather or the weather and the health, it cannot be continued, will not be good for them. So I asked one of the teacher, he told me this is how we are facing, and even he's not able to teach for 45 minutes because the weather is not allowing him. So that is why I came up with the idea, how could I help them? And then I started to establish a school called Hope for Education and Development, or a CBO, community basic organization. I say I will start it in 2026 uh, for for us or for me to reduce overcrowding in school in the camp. So now that is where I am. We started the registration on 12 January 2026. We have registered more than 763 children. I have no school, but I went to the church. I asked the congregation or the pastor of the congregation to give me a space. He gave me, and that is where we are now teaching, helping the children from.
So when you arrived at Kukumba,
I arrived in April 2025.
it's amazing in terms of what you were able to achieve in that time, and I'll probably say with limited resources. So how did you set this up all on your own, or did you have people around you, a committee that supported you to develop Hope for Education Development? Tell me a little bit more about that side.
It's difficult to get the resources of education, but having a friend is not an easy. I have cooperated also with some head teachers we are which the around me, which are in the Hope Primary and also Peace Primary. I usually went to them, cooperate with them. They gave me a little bit of resources, but it's not enough. But they are trying to support me, those head teachers and the
So
committees.
how did you how I want to take a step back a little bit more. How did you identify the gaps?
They gave I went around for searching, seeing the
Okay.
schools, around the schools. I went even to the classes during daily school. So that is why I found there is overcrowding children. And even I went to the community, door to door, seeing the children are playing during the school. They are not going to school. I have some parents, they say the school is overcrowding and our children are not getting a good education from there. And some the parents they feeling that the children when they go to school they may be they are not going to get a good education, and some children may fight them because the school is overcrowding and some of them they are used just to play.
So are there any other challenges? I mean, where are these children coming from, and what age group? Is it
The-
Hope for Education Development? Your school, is it much more than just education? I'm just thinking that these children are coming from so I would probably imagine traumatic experiences. So what
Yes.
else? Your school was probably much more than just education. Tell me a little bit more about the children that attend or to be attending the school.
We sat with my committee and say the children we are going to take them from 3 years to 10 years. That is where we start. And here in the camps, there is a lot of different tribes that are here in the camp. Somalia, Burundian, Congolese, Rwandans, South Sudanese, and Sudanese by themselves. So we including all of them. And when we started the registration, more of the children they come, just we stop them because we have no good space, enough space. But they are willing, like 11 years to 17 years. They're also they're looking for education or to join us in the school. But because due to the due to the spaces. That is why we are not allowing them. We say we can start it with the preschool, who are the most children who are sitting at home. According to our research, the most children who are at home 3 to 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years. They are the most people children who are at home idly, sitting idly. Mm.
So, in an education context, like where you are now at present, and I've kind of touched on it briefly in terms of where these children are coming from. You know, they're coming from civil war. They're coming from very traumatic
Yes.
situations. I can't even fathom what these children have been through at such a young age. So, how will or how does your school help to um, heal? I don't know, is the right word to say heal or replace some of that stability, dignity in a child that's been through such a traumatic experience? How do you build that back in school or in your school?
Yes, that is good question. Yes, some of them they were born here in Kenya, 3 years to 5 years, 10 years. Some of them they were born here in the Kenya, but we are receiving a lot of new arrival. Actually, we have registered them a new arrival. It's very difficult because we are a new education. We have no good resources, but we start to establish a counselor that will counsel them. Uh, where because some of them, yes, we found some of them they have disabilities. We have orphans. We found that too late when we registered them. Now we have disability children. We have orphan children. But I wanted to establish a counselor, a small group to be counseling them. But actually we used to give them a space for them to play, to give them the stories, to give them how to sustain their life because they are still children. But we have seen those challenges that are there. We will establish uh, groups or teachers to be a counselor to them.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about the subjects that you teach and the teachers. What is a typical day like? What does a day look like in your school, Tanj?
We are going according to Kenyan curriculum, or Kenyan school system. Actually, we teach mathematics, English, CRA, environmental science health. Those are the books we teach in grade 1 and also grade 2. And we have music books or musician book, song book. We used to teach them also. But all those resources, we have no enough to them unless some of our teachers they go online searching and then using their phones. Those who have a smartphone.
So your teachers, I'm assuming they're also refugees as well. So
Yes.
are these men and women, teachers within their own countries and they give time? Are they volunteers? Tell me a little bit more about your teachers.
The teachers they are really a refugee. All of them they are refugee. They are volunteering themselves. They come from different refugees who are nationalities who are in the camp here. They are volunteer teachers. They volunteer themselves, and we have female teachers they are really serious for them to volunteer themselves.
And do you provide training for the teachers at all?
No, we also know we have not provided training, but we had a training. I really appreciate uh, Econ Academy Group, he trained our teachers on 30th, on the 13 and 14 in January, which gave the foundation to my teachers. And now all the working has they did first session of the training. We are seeking for the training more.
I mean, it was a privilege for us to be able to train your teachers. You know, some of them have never really taught before
Yes.
in a school, but are they
Mhm.
just so keen and so willing to give their time to these children. So first of all, I want to applaud you for recruiting them and inspiring them to want to give back to their communities in the settlement.
Yeah.
So, you know, Tanj, what is your big picture now? Where do you now want to take your school? What stage is your school at this present moment? What are you trying to achieve right now for the school?
So on my vision, I wanted this school to grow up to Kenyan certificate, which is grade 6 and grade 9 in future. And also, if we have possibilities, we can also, there are youth who have set their education back, they finish their education or secondary school where they don't have where to go. So that one in the future is we can also do that, put that on the program or in our schedule to look for them or to they are used to support them in different way or another. So my vision in our vision has a hope for education. We wanted to develop the school until the secondary school and see also uh, a different activities that can grow youth.
Tanj, you know, I'm so touched by your achievements, and especially we had a guest on not too long ago, and we were talking about sustainable communities. And I would take it to another level and look at sustainable schools. In on the continent, there are so many challenges, and we've had many guests from countries around the world to come on the show to speak about their education context. One of our guests was speaking about the challenges of funding or the lack of funding, especially with the withdrawal of major US donor on the continent. That's had a massive impact on a lot of the projects and initiatives. So what I will say to you, how are you surviving right now? How are you managing to keep the school open right now?
So really, we are facing a lot of challenges because we first things the teachers that are volunteer themselves giving time, and also we have no lands for for the school to be developed to be sustainable. That is why we and also we start our school around 8. We just only take 2 hours. Why? Because children they don't have food. They don't have food or meals to eat during the school day, and we wanted to extend the school until maybe we wanted to have all day. For example, the children used to come around 7:30, and then we release them at 10:30, which is not enough time according to the system here. The children used to be released around 2 to 3 p.m. while they are getting good education and be taught all the boxes. Those are some of the challenges. Why we do release them around 10:30 is because they don't have food. And where we are teaching is a grown. We have no chairs, we have no blackboards. And we are just trying, as I mentioned in the previous, that some of my colleagues that are the people who are assisting me, but they have not enough to assist me. Those are the main challenges. In the meantime, maybe some teachers who are volunteering themselves, they may go and look for their, because they have children. they have family, they may go and look for a job they can be given incentive or some salaries. But working hard also, although challenges, the big challenges, we are working hard also to give children knowledge.
To our audience out there, again, this is Education Rising, African Voices of the Future. And we have our amazing guest, Tang Ruei, Hope for Education and Development. And he's coming straight from Kuach refugee settlement, and he's talking about the school that he currently has set up. And he's talking about some of the challenges, and I really want our listeners to really hear and feel what he is saying. Icon Academy Group is one of the organizations that is working with Tang to support his school development and to bring resources, facilities to his school for it to be thriving and to support so many children within the settlement. Tang, as we come to a close, any closing words you would like to say to the audience before we close out today's discussion with you?
Thanks, Paul, for having you, giving us some chance to delivering what is facing us and the challenges that we are facing. I can also encourage Icon Academy groups and the audience to continue supporting us, especially the school resources. And we are wishing for the well-wishers or good Samaritan women to support us on the more challenges that we are facing, because we are in the camps, and I cannot be able to tell the children who are refugees also for their parent to support them, because they have no also support. They are not working. They are just sitting in the camps, and their children also, they are in need of the education more to get a quality education in the camp, because when they go back, they will also be a part of development of their countries, different countries. I'm encouraging all the audience and the academic group to continue supporting us, and also they can work supporting us, and we will really appreciate that on your side if you do so.
And again, I'd just like to say thank you, Tang, for taking time out of your busy schedule. And for our viewers, there will be more information about Hope for Education and Development in the information section just below the video or the recording of today. And it will be able to give you more information of how you can support Tang and Hope for education development. So today's episode was reimagining education for displaced children. And I'm just hoping that you've learned a lot from Tang. And please, we really would want you to help support this school in the Kuach refugee settlement in Kenya. So on that note, I just want to say thank you again for tuning in to Education Rising, African Voices of the Future. Take care. Bye. So I'm assuming by the time you get to this point in the show, you really have liked what you've heard. So please like, please share, please comment. Your support is much needed. So thank you again. Until next time. Bye.